Hi, how are you? This is Phantom of the Ore, and before you say anything, no, I am not naked, okay? I'm wearing a tank top. It just happens to be a very similar color to my hair. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm not that type of YouTuber. Second of all, welcome back. We are continuing the Minecraft series that we started last week. This is not live commentary. I was trying something different, but I think that for my next video, I'm actually going to try to do live commentary again. I feel like there are certain things about it viewers might like more, even though this way is a little bit easier for me, but it's all a test. I'm just trying to figure out what works. So last episode, I built my desert house in the new Minecraft update. I haven't done a lot of things updatey-ish yet. I found copper, but that's about it. I'm about to go mining in the next episode, but for now, all I'm gonna make in this episode is a garden, because I want to make a pretty garden. That's what I want to do. But first, I have to finish making some decorations on my house. So starting off, the backyard was ugly looking, so I had to fix that hill. I decided to just push it back a little bit, just to give myself a little bit more space. And then on a whim, because I was really excited about finding all that horse armor in the last episode, I decided before I start my garden, I just want to go find a horse. So I ran to the nearest grassland I could find, which there's a little patch of it near my house. But the only thing I could find there were 2 white horses, and I was looking for something a little bit more interesting than just a white horse. I'll probably get a white horse eventually, because I like to have all the types, but it's just not what I want for my first horse, you know? Too boring. Not my style. And so I had to go out approximately 1 Minecraft day's worth of travel until I got to the next nearest grassland. And there, I found what I was looking for. It was the black horse. Now, I know I said the white horse was too plain, and I guess you could say the same thing about a black horse, but there's just something so majestic about black horses. I love them. So yeah, I made myself a little buddy, and by midday, he was mine. So I started to ride him home, but we had a long way to go. And because I had to cross a few bodies of water with him, it was a bit slow going. So the sun started to set, and it started to set fast. And I was almost home when monsters started spawning. So I just had to abandon him and run to my house, because there was no way I was going to make it. And it turns out that even without the horse slowing me down, I still wasn't gonna make it. Thanks to that last darn body of water I got stuck in, I was shot to death by a group of skeletons. I'm back. My cat knocked down my green screen, so hopefully that doesn't throw anything off. So that marks the first death of the game. Why do I feel like the lighting is more pink now? Huh. I don't like that. Anyway, so I died, and the next morning was not any better, because all those skeletons were now in the water and not dying, and I hadn't even had armor or weapons yet at that point. So I made myself a bow, but then I realized that I didn't have any arrows. Not sure why I did that, because it wasn't going to help me. And the skeletons turned out to not be the problem. There was a drowned with a trident in front of my house, and I foolishly thought that I could get around him to get all my things from the water, from where I had died the first time. That turned out to be incorrect. Even after I made myself a full suit of iron armor, as you can see, he made very quick work of me. So this happens a few more times until I finally just swim around him and grab as many things as I possibly can. And meanwhile, my horse is still waiting for me. Finally, I got around the stupid poo-poo head, and I found my horse, and I rode him home. And that is the end of that very exciting tale. I'm going to have to build some bridges, not only for the horse, but also for me as well, so I never get caught in the water again. But I think I'm going to do that next episode. So because he's my first horse, I haven't named him yet, but I did put the diamond armor on him, because of course he gets the honor. And then the next day I took him out for a ride to head to the mesa to get some blocks, because I wanted to make a path in front of my house. I wasn't really sure what I was going for at the time. I think I was just experimenting, and I decided that making the path a bunch of different colors would look better. I later changed my mind about this. But for some reason I thought this looked good the first time I did it. And after I beat up an old witch, I decided to start on my farm. So this wheat farm, because it's in a desert, I came up with the idea of wanting to have a canal going into the garden. Now, I've never built a canal before, so this proved to be an interesting first try at it. I think next time I try something like this, I'm going to go in a different direction, but this is what I ended up doing. First of all, I wanted to make the farm look kind of more natural, so I made it into kind of a more circle shape. And then I just dug a tunnel straight from the river to my crops. And then at one point, a traveling villager stopped by. For once, he actually had a trade that I wanted to make, and that was for one of the new items in the update, and that was the moss block. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet, but I'm glad that I was able to get it. Although, of course, I immediately had to backstab him because, sorry, but I need that rope. I also decided to keep his llamas. I didn't know this before, but I'm pretty sure you can tame the traveling villager's llamas. So I'm going to give that a try at some point. I live in the desert, so I think having a caravan of llamas would be pretty cool. You see me occasionally pillaring up so that I can get a bird's eye view of what everything looks like. It's one of the downsides of not being in creative. I can't just fly over something to see what it looks like from far away. That's my way around that. And I was just experimenting with the look of the canal. I originally wanted to make the water look like it was flowing downwards, but then I realized that I actually made the farm a level above the water, and it wasn't watering the farm correctly, on top of the fact that I couldn't make it look like it was flowing down. So I ended up having to scrap that idea and moving my farm down a block as well. But eventually I got it right, and this is the final form. It was at that point that I decided that my path looked kind of ugly, and I decided to completely change it and just make like an eroded dirt path. And I also took out some of the leaves. They were acacia leaves, I believe. I took them out, and I decided to throw in some cactuses there, make it look more random and more natural, but still a path that is clearly in use. Now looking back on it, I'm not a fan of putting my wheat farm so up close up against my house. I think I just originally had a different vision for it, but I might still be able to make it work in the future. It's just a shame that I'm reconsidering it now after I've already done it. But I'm gonna stick to this world. I'm not gonna start over. I'll move things later if I have to, but I'm gonna finish this world. I went to the nearby swamp. If you remember, when I got my horse, there was a swamp there. I got some vines and I added them to the house. So not only will that be a nice decoration for my house, but I can also start an unofficial vine farm as well for future decorations. And then I also took my pumpkins, melons, and sugarcane and decided to do the same type of shape and made the canal continue to flow throughout all of them. And here is the final product. It's looking okay. I don't know if I like the fact that I used oak wood, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the mixing of the wood. I might switch it to acacia. I think I can start mining soon after just a few more aesthetic changes, but I will start mining in the next episode, and we're going to try to find some of the really cool stuff while we let our crops grow so that we can get strong. If you missed the first episode, it's going to appear somewhere on this screen. Thank you for watching. And if you're subscribed to me, I don't know if you're going to get this video because there's something going on with subscribers not getting notifications. So let me know if you see this. And like I said, the next video will be live commentary. But for now, that is all. Goodbye.